Welcome to Real Inside Sales Talk with Mark and Jayson, episode 17. Just wanted to give you folks a heads up out there. We had a little difficulty in editing, and some of the audio kind of drops in and drops out. Otherwise, good show, good listen. Thank you for your patience. And again, thank you for downloading Real Inside Sales Talk with Mark and Jayson. This is episode 17. Enjoy.
That's why every, salesman out there has a game plan going in when they go to that sale. They know exactly how they're going to close them. They know exactly what they're going to say.
Is the 7 laws of cold calling: interest, need, benefit, value, urgency, expectation, and report. Again, that's interest, need, benefit, value, urgency, expectation, and report. That is my own personal lesson to share with you guys. Try it. If you can discover those things, you're going to have a sale every time. Right. It might not be today, but it could be a month from now or 6 months from now. But if you just, and that's another thing, if you're pitching a product and you're like, oh, this is not worth my time, continue pitching for another 10 minutes, because you'd be surprised to see what happens. And like, for example, I was talking to this lady today that she's like, I was on the market for 6 months. I couldn't sell it. And my real estate agent has a whole bunch of my other investment properties for sale, and they're not selling, but I feel obligated to her. I'm like, why do you feel obligated to her that she's not looking out to your best interest? She's like, holy shit, you're right. I'm like, so what you're saying is, if I can do this, 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 and this, you drop those listings and list with me, and I'll get them sold, right? And she's like, absolutely.
Well, Mark.
And then, but another thing too, she's like, I'm going to need you to call my agent and be like, I'm afraid to cancel with you, so you're going to have to do it.
Oh no. Yeah.
So it's like I get to call the agent, but like, hey, if you try to pull any bullshit, I'm going to pull, something on the board of realtors. So cancel everything. They're going to list with me. Thanks, but no thanks.
You want to leave an impression on your prospect or your client. By doing that, that's where the showmanship comes into play. That's where the confidence comes into play. That's where knowing your product comes into play. That's where being able to read your client comes into play, understanding the personality, motivation. So leave an impression, even if you got to be a little crazy. To me, that's what I've seen like in successful salespeople, is they leave an impression. They might seem a little odd, a little out there, a little different to you, but like yourself, you're an outgoing, talkative, extroverted guy. You leave an impression on people.
Well, thank you. And
yeah, quit just nodding your head up and
down.
Thank you.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah, I agree with you, Jayson.
And I paused there because, I've had to fail so much to get that acknowledgement.
Right.
So whenever I hear it, it kind of sinks in a little bit more. And it takes away any self-doubt that I have.
Well, here, Mark, you agree with what I say, right?
Absolutely.
You agree where I'm coming from.
Absolutely.
And you would say, like, Jayson, you are so right. I would say yes to everything you were saying.
Almost.
So, you would say yes to pretty much everything.
You had me going there on your sales pitch.
No, but right now you would say yes to everything I'm saying, pretty much, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Okay, so give me $20.
No. And he almost had me. I knew what he was doing. And that's experience, too. That's experience. It's like someone trying to lead someone into a joke.
I should have closed you a little quicker, though.
Hey, by the way, I need $20 sign here.
Yeah.
Well, or we have fees due, like, just this. And I've been like, okay, here you go.
Mark, you need to chip in for the beer, man.
Who buys a 6-pack of Michelob Ultra? I mean, this is like water beer, but it's good water beer.
I know you hate the Michelob Ultra, don't you?
But the carbs are low.
Carbs are low.
Carbs are low.
So we want to leave an impression on our client. So that means, even if it's what you dress, maybe what I know a lot of realtors, especially out there, it's kind of what they drive, the way they present themselves, try to leave an impression. Car salesmen the same way, but you can also leave a negative impression. So don't be, negative impressions leave a more lasting impression than positive impressions do. But that catches up to itself over a period of years, especially if you follow up and you're cordial and everything. So, that's the thing, is you have a nice experience. Sentimentally, you remember that. Negative experience is more like impactful, immediate, and you will, when somebody says 2 weeks later, hey, I'm looking to buy a car or a house, and they're like, well, don't go to this guy.
So, yeah, I mean, exactly. Leave an impression with the people that you deal with. Leave an impression with the people that you work with.
Well, we want to talk about leaving an impression. When you're talking sales with people, when they're walking into the showroom floor, they're looking at that appliance, they're looking at whatever, that diamond ring under the, case, and they're looking at that car out there, and, you walk up to them and you introduce yourself. What are you going to do to leave an impression on those people? Because that's half the point of it. Not only it might be the way you dress, Because you can also dress like a slob, but if you've got a good personality and you can engage people, they're going to overlook that.
I dress like a slob all the time and it works.
Exactly.
They're like, dude, what's up with this guy? And they're like...
You wear like shorts and flip-flops to the office, don't you?
Sometimes, or shorts, tennis shoes, and a t-shirt.
Tank top.
I haven't worn pants in 6 months.
You hear that, ladies?
Well, I'm in like long pants, but like cargo shorts, t-shirt, polo shirt, some tennis shoes, occasionally the flip-flops if it's a hot summer day, 100 degrees out here in the Ozarks.
Hell yeah!
You know, I'm going to be down there in the boiler room where it's going to be 78 degrees and hotter.
Exactly. Dude, you got to be comfortable. You got to be comfortable with what you do. But you also got to have some style to it.
Yeah, hey guys.
See, that's why I think when you go on listing appointments...
No big deal. And create, like, hey, it's no big deal, man. I went on a listing appointment in cargo shorts and an orange polo with green Adidas shoes. And, like, the guy was just like, dude, I just love you because you're real. Like, you're
Right.
not in a fancy suit. I'm like, okay, awesome.
You showed up here in that? Well, yeah, because, hey, it's about selling
I'm
your
a
house.
real estate agent.
It's about selling your house. It's about getting you the best deal possible. It's about getting you into this car. You know, that's what I want to do for you. And what helps me do it for you is by the fact that I am who I am.
But, like, I pick and choose my battles.
Well,
like, I pick and choose. Like, I learn my customer. I figure out their personality. And I set expectations. Hey, I might be going and showing this house, and this house. Or I might be coming from the gym.
Right.
Is it okay if I show up in like a pair of shorts and khakis? I just don't want to like set the wrong expectations.
Well, know your demographic, know your customer.
Yes.
Because there are some salesmen out there. Some people you can approach in shorts, you know, more casual. There are some people that you really should dress up for. You know, and I'm not saying dress up like
if you're working on $1 million,
yeah, sport coat, you know, kind of a tie maybe if you could throw that in there, you know. But then again, it depends on where you are in the country. Because some places they don't really care if you wear a tie, you know. No ties.
You know, sometimes jeans and a sweatshirt. Remember your Jerry Garcia ties?
Uh-huh.
I remember a person saying that she's going to list with you because she loved your tie. I don't even know who the fuck Jerry Garcia is, but I'm looking him up now, and like when Jason's coming back to the office, I'm like, hey, Jason, that's a fucking nice tie.
Those ties left an impression.
Be like, this guy's cool.
They left an impression. Anyway, because what we want to have is a night, and here's a little teaser we want to give to people. If you are in the Springfield, Branson, Rolla, hell, even Kansas City, St. Louis area, upcoming soon, and leave us some feedback for us on this on our Facebook page, Facebook ISA Talk, or comment on our RealInsideSalesTalk.com episode page. We're trying to have a meetup of ISAs, OSAs, direct sales type of people. You do real estate appointments, you do outbound, inbound calling.
You are the real estate telemarketers. You set appointments for buying and selling real estate. We're going to get everybody together in Missouri, and we're going to have an ISA party. We're going to get together. We're going to have a fucking
We'd like to have a
awesome
meetup
time.
of people out there. Get together.
Emphasize.
And what we want to do is get together. Mark and I have some secrets, some inside tips out there for people, not only in your day job.
Fun.
It's kick back, ask us some questions.
It's fun.
We'd like to do a live podcast from there.
Yeah, we want everyone to just take part and have fun. We're not going to get too crazy, but it's going to be an awesome night.
We'd like to do this by the end of October, so give us some feedback on Facebook, facebook.com. We're going to create an event page, salespeople in a bar, letting off some steam, talking about what works, what doesn't work. We're going to have a title for this little get-together. So anyway, stay tuned, facebook.com/ISA Talk.
We thank you so much for listening to Real Inside Sales Talk. You can find us online at www.realinsidesalestalk.com, facebook.com/ISA Talk.
This is Jason from Real Inside Sales Talk with Mark and Jason, and I want to tell you about Vulcan 7 and its superior lead generation capabilities. Real Inside Sales Talk recommends new salespeople looking for a great entry-level CRM to help you be more effective at lead generation and lead management. We recommend you get Vulcan 7. You can find our link at realinsidesalestalk.com/Vulcan-7. That's realinsidesalestalk.com/Vulcan-7. You know, Vulcan 7 gets you access to for sale by owners, expired listings, neighborhood searches to circle prospect. It gets you probate leads, and it also gets you validated emails for you. So what you want to do is go to that website, realinsidesalestalk.com/Vulcan-7. And what you want to do is click on the link that you get there, and you'll also get 2 hours of training and coaching from Mark of Real Inside Sales Talk with Mark and Jason. Mark, he understands everything you need to know about Vulcan 7 to get the most use out of it, and he will show you how to get the most out of Vulcan 7, how you can become more profitable and productive at generating leads through Vulcan 7. Check out our short video there at realinsidesales.com/Vulcan-7. Trust me, it works.
So what you want to do out there, man, is you've got to be able to look at these things that work for you and these things that don't work for you. That's not only in your business, but in your personal life as well. You know, if you find something that's counterproductive to what you're doing, that doesn't benefit you money, that only causes anxiety and stress, you want to eliminate the chaos in your life. You want to eliminate the unplanned, the unforeseen as much as possible. You know, we can't predict the future. Yeah, things that we don't expect are going to happen. Things that we don't plan for are going to happen. What are you going to do about it? You know, plan for the best, expect the worst. Yeah. You have to confront every contingency. What happens if I don't make these 25 phone calls a day? What happens if I don't get out there and meet 10 customers in a day? What happens if I don't close 5 deals in a week? What happens if I don't go out there and do what I need to do to lead generate, to get prospects, to get people to buy my product? What happens if I don't go out there and be able to see the opportunities that are in front of me? What happens if I don't go out there and take that risk during that day and say, hey, I see an opportunity here. I'm going to take it. So what you've got to do out there is you've got to understand what it takes to be disciplined, what it takes to make sacrifice, what it makes to focus on your goals that you want to achieve. Doesn't matter what it is. You could be doing sales. You could be trying to, you know, buy a new car. You could be trying to put a new roof on your house. You could be trying to save money for XYZ. You could be figuring out, look, I need to get a promotion here at work. I need to get noticed here at work. I need to move up here at work. I need to know if, look, I need to find another job. I need to know if this is the right thing for me. That's why you're going to want to go to our Facebook page. Just type in the Facebook search bar, Real Inside Sales Talk. It'll take you right to it. Or you can go to facebook.com/ISA Talk. That'll put you right there to it as well. And what you're going to find out there, what we're going to tell you about is exactly how you can figure out exactly what the best opportunity is, how you can figure out what the best strategy is out there. We want to help you get over those barriers that you encounter each day because we want to make you be more profitable, make you more productive, you want to enjoy more free time with your family and friends. Well, that's what's going to happen here because we're focused on productivity, profitability in an area that's all inclusive. That doesn't matter what you do. What we want to do is we all want to make money. We want to enjoy time with our family, our friends, our kids, our girlfriends, boyfriends, whatever. Hey, I got a hobby. I like, muscle cars. Well, all I want to do is spend my time, messing with muscle cars. Well, that's my goal. What am I going to do to get that goal? If you don't out there and you don't have a goal and you don't have, if your eye is not on the prize, what's going to happen out there is you're not going to freaking hit that goal. What's just going to happen is out there is you're going to spindle away, your time doing nothing and producing absolutely nothing. Because one of the expressions out there that I just despise the most is when I hear somebody saying, well, I'm running around like a chicken with my head cut off. You know what that tells me? That tells me you have no direction. That tells me you have no schedule. You have no planning in your future. You are just out there going from one fire to the next fire. And all of that's going to do is just burn you up. You will never make any money. If you pursue that line of opportunity, you're a loser. If you keep doing that over and over, it's called insanity. It means you're insane. It means you belong in an institution. It means you should be behind locked doors. So if you don't want to be behind locked doors, you don't want to be put in an institution. You want to provide for your family. You want to provide for yourself. You want to drive that Maserati. You want to get that Porsche. You want to buy that new house. You want to buy a bigger house. You want to go out. You want to get laid more often. You want women to notice you. You want people to notice you. You want adulation. You want respect. Go out there and frickin' hustle, man. Go out there and do something to provide you opportunity for yourself, for others. You think your team sucks? Well, go out there and do better. You think your leads suck? Go out there and generate better leads, man. Do it yourself. But hey, if your team's working and you're thriving, you got great people, you got great support around you, dude, work within that system. Don't be jealous of somebody who's necessarily successful if you respect them. They're going to teach you a lot. They're going to teach you a great deal. You're going to say, hey, how did he do it? Personally, politically, I might disagree with Oprah, but man, the lady can teach you a lot about business, about branding, about marketing, about advertising, about creating urgency among people, about getting people to buy your frickin' product. What did Oprah do? She created content. She had a show. She had a magazine. She talked about issues. She confronted issues head frickin' on, man, and that meant she confronted her issues of herself. She went through the whole weight up and down thing. She was conscious of her image, conscious of what she needed to do. She was in the ability not only to make herself better, make herself more wealthy, but just think of the thousands of people around her that she created more wealth for. You know, that's what you can do out there. You focus yourself each day, you plan, you schedule, you discipline yourself each day. You have that low time preference that says, look, I'm going to work today, and I'm going to teach this to my kids today. I'm going to teach this to my spouse today. I'm going to do this for myself today. I'm not going to spend XYZ money on this today. Because you know what I'm going to do? Instead of going out for lunch, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to generate more leads. I'm going to, post some stuff on Facebook. I'm going to write a blog post. I'm going to figure out, okay, look what works for me. Or heck, if you can spend time in your lunch hour with your kids, go spend time in your lunch hour with your kids. Plan your day smartly. Plan your day wisely. Summer come around once in a while. And here's the thing, that people are going to get lazy. Here's for all you people who want to hustle out there. We're coming into the fourth quarter now, man. You're going to come into the fourth quarter here, October 1st. You know what most salespeople are going to do?
Chill out, don't do shit.
Chill out and don't do shit. Thank you, Mark Bayless.
So either you're a top closer in the fourth quarter, or you're just the other 97%.
Or you suck. I mean, that's the thing. You're a loser out there if you're not able to do something like that. Get another kind of line of work. Find something that you're better at.
Try harder, invest in better systems, or look into coaching.
Yeah, better systems, man. Better systems and coaching from people who take you seriously, who don't just show up, once a month and say, okay, what are we doing?
Stop reading all this online bullshit that people will be like, 10 appointments a month or 100 appointments a month. Mark,
you're in your wife's house. You want to get $190,000 out of this house, okay?
Right. Okay. I won't take a penny less.
I know. And I understand. And you are absolutely right to ask for $190,000 out of this house. And I will do everything I can to net you $190,000 out of this house. But Mark, I want to tell you something first, because I'm an honest realtor. And I want you to know going in exactly what you can expect. Right. I'm not promising you $190,000. I'm not promising you any price. I'm just here to help you get your home sold. Okay? Got me?
Well, if you can't sell my house for $190,000, I don't want to talk to you.
Okay. But I want you to understand the expectations going in.
What are those?
Okay. You're asking $190,000 for your house, right?
Right.
Okay. Well, let me tell you something, Mark. I want to show you something here. And Mark, what I'm showing you right here is the most valuable information I can provide to you. Mm-hmm. And this information I'm providing to you, no other agent is going to tell you about. Mark, you want to sell your house for $190,000, correct?
Yes.
You need net $190,000 out of your house, right?
Right.
And you want me to be able to do that, right?
Right. And what you've done is you've acknowledged the price and that they want to work with you.
Mark?
So that's a trust line.
So, Mark, what I'm going to show you right here, right now, is exactly what you can expect for selling your house under $90,000. And after I show you this, Mark, then you are going to tell me whether you want me to sell your house or not, okay?
Okay.
Agreed? Mark, the houses. We've got 6 houses that are within a rock's throw of where we're sitting right now in your living room. All these houses, these 5 houses over the last 6 months, Mark, have sold at the average price of $185,000, $195,000. And they've all sold within a time frame of an average of 45 days. So you see this chart I'm showing you here in front of you, right? This is real data. You can see the closing date on every house here. So, Mark, I can tell you with a certainty that if you price your house at $190,000, that on average it will sell for what you're asking for it within the next 65 days. But if it doesn't, Mark, what I want you to do is if it doesn't, I want you to promise me that even though your house didn't sell within the average, that you also see this point here, which is over the last year, this number of houses is sold within that price range, and that you'll allow me to continue to sell your house within the next year to get it sold at that price that you want. Can I do that for you, Mark?
Well, I need my house sold within the next 4 months.
Mark, the averages tell us that that is possible. But I want you to understand what is actually happening out here next door to you.
Okay, that makes sense to me.
Let's just list your house and let's have a plan for getting it sold.
Okay.
See, that's not so hard, is it?
It's not.
No.
What? Don't make it so hard.
Right.
And I gave Jayson rebuttals that you're normally going to get, and that's how you do it. Or let's say you go on a listing appointment like I did yesterday. You're for sale by owner at $215,000. My appraiser and myself have run the comps. There's no way I can get you more than $185,000 for it. You've already had a cash offer of 165 and you turn it down. What makes you think you're going to be able to sell it for 185 if it's been on the market for 3 months?
Know your freaking market, man. If I talked to you, Mark, and you kept saying 190,000, and I would have made it even more difficult for myself necessarily, and we could do this. I said, well, Mark, the average house price that is sold that is comparable to your house, that is exactly like your house, because you drive around this neighborhood a lot, right?
Every day.
Okay, so you see that your house is pretty similar to every other one within about a mile.
Yeah, I've been inside of them. They all have the same floor plan.
Okay. Average house price right now, Mark, is $165,000. That's what is sold over here for the last 6 months. Mark, the reason I tell you that is because I want you to understand what your expectations are going in. If $190,000 is what you need to know, right now I can't guarantee that for you. But what I want to know, Mark, do you need to sell your house today? Do you need to sell your house in 6 months?
Are you fishing the market, or are you really serious about selling?
Because, Mark, if you need to sell your house in 6 months, I'm going to tell you this is what you can realistically expect to net. Because I would rather you to be up front and understand this is what I can make. And I know it emotionally, it probably hurts right now that it's like, shit, $165,000.
That's a big low blow to people mentally, and they're like, fuck, I'm pissed off.
So what I want you to do is I want you to take this information that I've told you, and I'm going to leave this brochure here with you. And it tells all about the market in your specific area with up to a 4-mile radius. Every house that is exactly like yours, that looks like yours, that is sold like yours. Same condition your has. I toured your lovely home. I want you to tell me, once you look at this, and once you step through this guide here and understand the expectations, that if you're still willing to sell and you realize, well, look, I need $190,000. Maybe I do need to put it off for a year. Or maybe, okay, look, I do have to get what I can get out of it.
Yeah, like right now.
Are we gonna create a plan together to get your house sold?
Yeah, creating expectations. This is what's happening. Here's what's going to happen if you don't follow.
And take a client that's not going to drain you of time and energy, and let them know right up front. You maybe have to just say no to some people, Mark.
Yeah, there's some people where I've been like, I'd love to list your house. I'd love to sell it, but I just can't meet your expectation. Here's a referral. Maybe they can help you, but.
Hell, I wouldn't even give them a damn referral. I would tell them just straight up front, look, Mark, I know you're wanting $165,000. I know you're wanting $190,000. Right now, the market is at $165,000. You probably right now, with the market the way it is, not going to get that price out of it. So, Mark, here's what I'd like you to do. Mark, you told me you need to sell within 6 months.
Right.
What I want you to do now is I want you to take this information I've given you. I want you to take my card. And I want you to think about it for a little while. And I'm going to follow up with you in a week. And we're going to just talk about a plan here. Because, Mark, I know you need to move to Colorado. Well, and we're going to talk about a plan to get your house sold. So that's the way I would follow up with this.
You have this amazing 25-minute go.
Thank you for listening to Real Inside Sales Talk with Mark and Jayson. This has been episode 17. Find us online at realinsidesalestalk.com. Find all about our products, our coaching services, and information that's going to help you become a better salesman. Stay tuned. Episode 18 has got a great interview with a great business owner, great tattooist, Trevor Collins. Local businessman has built a great business for us, so make sure you check that out. It's going to be a little longer than most of our episodes that we do, so just get ready. That's going to be available Friday, so check it out. Episode 18 with Trevor Collins. It's a great interview. And again, thank you for listening to Real Inside Sales Talk with Mark and Jayson. Like, share, and review us on iTunes, Stitcher, or Spotify, where all of your favorite podcaster apps are. Give us a message on facebook.com/ISA Talk. Send us a tweet at Real ISA Talk on Twitter. You can also, again, send us an email. Any comments, questions, suggestions? Thank you for listening.